The Competition Advocacy Contest showcases original ways to promote market competition. It's a joint initiative of the World Bank Group and the International Competition Network.
This initiative started in 2013 as a way to provide a platform for all agencies to share inspiring ideas on how to tackle common problems, the same political economy challenges, through competition advocacy tools.
There's been an enthusiastic reaction that is an innovative way of sharing success stories of advocacy from agencies all over the world.
The 2016 winners and honourable mentions represent 18 countries and 7 sectors: transportation, construction, agribusiness, telecommunications, energy, banking and pharmaceuticals. The stories awarded in 2016 feature a variety of examples of competition advocacy shaping public policies. Stories from Mexico, Brazil, Zimbabwe, the US and Malawi highlight the role of competition advocacy in fast-growing, innovative markets. Mexico City's Department of Transportation became the first local government in Latin America to allow alternative transportation companies like Uber and Cabify to operate.
We had to react before the Mexican city government either banned the services or enacted restrictive regulation. The Mexican city government had announced they were analyzing what to do, and taxis were protesting on the streets. We had a one-week window.
Ride-sharing applications were also relevant in Brazil, where the Council for Economic Defense issued 2 studies exploring how such apps benefit consumers.
These apps increased the total number of consumers using these services.
Zimbabwe's Competition and Tariff Commission worked with the telecommunications regulator and the central bank to reduce the cost of mobile payments.
The CTC tried to balance the need to promote investment by the mobile networks, and as well as promoting competition in the relevant market for the benefit of the customers.
In Malawi, the Competition and Fair Trading Commission successfully advocated for an amendment to the Credit Reference Act by building public support and regulator relationships. The US Federal Trade Commission engaged with regulators and other stakeholders to support an enabling environment for disruptive innovation.
The FTC's sharing economy study was designed to better inform us. We held a workshop, we engaged stakeholders to really get a better understanding of the underlying economics of how these markets function to inform policy choices.
Kenya, France, Pakistan, Zambia and Kuwait promoted competition to achieve increased benefits from trade. The Competition Authority of Kenya successfully advocated for the opening of the tea market. Several results are already emerging.
1, it's the increased number of investors. 2, it's the increased number of employed people within the sector. Number 3, it's the increased income to the poor. At the end of the day, they have been included, financial inclusion within Kenyan society.
The French Competition Authority proposed several measures to deregulate intercity bus transportation services. Within 1 month, 700 jobs had been created and 75 cities connected. Sawmill operators in Zambia benefited from work by Zambia's Consumer Protection Commission to establish a competitive process for licensing. As a result, 500 small-scale sawmillers entered the lumber market and 5,000 new jobs were created.
We saw quite a bit of cooperation from the private sector, their partner, but from the government side, it was a little bit of resistance, but eventually they agreed. And so that's how we corrected the market, and eventually that's how we saw the entry of more players into the market.
The Competition Commission of Pakistan improved the procurement process for electrical equipment by collaborating with the Water and Power Development Authority. Kuwait's Competition Protection Authority issued recommendations to improve the functioning of fish market auctions.
This initiative was critical to establish the role of CPA as integrator of competition policy in different sectors of the economy.
Lithuania, Peru, Poland and Sweden used advocacy to embed competition principles into public and industrial policies. The Lithuanian Competition Council engaged with key stakeholders to tackle the anti-competitive actions of municipalities and address concerns over local waste collection services.
Overall, these legislative changes, they cemented the status of our authority as an impartial authority. We prosecute all infringements, all competition restrictions, regardless of the legal status of the action.
Peru's National Institute for the Defense of Competition and Intellectual Property supported the elimination of bureaucratic barriers to competition on a massive scale.
45 local governments eliminated voluntarily almost 1,000 bureaucratic barriers in many or several sectors of the economy, such as telecom, construction, installation of infrastructure for the providing of public services.
In Poland, the Office of Competition and Consumer Protection published a guide to enhance competition in the market for funeral services.
In our guidebook, we show how easy it is to respect the competition law, and we think that awareness is the best solution for the competition in the future.
The Swedish Competition Authority created a set of interactive tools to provide guidance on competitive neutrality to trade associations and state-owned enterprises.
And one of the advantages of interactive tools like this is that you can target them to different stakeholders, and they can also have a very enduring effect.
Hong Kong, Hungary, Honduras and Japan catalyzed competition reforms through citizen and civil society engagement. To explain the benefits and main provisions of the competition ordinance, the Hong Kong Competition Commission produced a series of 1-minute videos.
Hong Kong has a very strong television culture, and to multiply that effect, we have actually engaged very famous soap opera actors to star in our program, and we air the program on primetime TV.
In Honduras, the Commission for Defense and Promotion of Competition engaged with the Pharmacists Association to eliminate a restriction that set minimum distance among pharmacies.
So they went and they took away that measurement, that restriction, and it was for us vital for them to follow our resolution for it to make it more effective.
The Hungarian Competition Authority promoted anti-cartel enforcement through an online platform called Cartel Chat.
We also experienced that an exaggerated headline or other eye-catching visual with strong symbolism is surely a good way to raise awareness and to promote lawful conduct.
In Japan, the Fair Trade Commission visited junior and senior high schools and universities to deliver special lectures on Japan's anti-monopoly law.
Younger generations are the stakeholders in the future for the national economy as well as the competition agency.
Successful competition advocacy delivers tangible economic benefits.
Well, I think in the long run, competitive markets will emerge if the private sector is alert about competition norms and applies to it, and if policymakers accept that competition is the best way to sustainable growth, and that sustainable growth is the best for consumers, employees, and the business community itself. So this is what competition advocacy is about. And the competition advocacy contest is one of the best means to foster advocacy and to make clear what advocacy is really about.
Pro-consumer,
empathic strategy.
Forerunner.
Embarking.
Transformational.
Innovation.
Effectiveness.
For the future.
Awareness.
Successful.
Illuminating.
Prevention.
Innovative.
Impartial.
Pro-consumer.